and welcome to Hot Shots TV. I'm Scott Briard and you're watching another episode of This is Darts. And some big news today. Friday, February 11th, we'll take you to an interview I had over the phone earlier with John Part. I think you'll be interested to hear what he has to say and the future for John. So let's switch now to a phone call I had earlier with him. Tell me about your new sponsorship, how it's transpired, what it involves, and a little bit about the company.
Well, it's maybe a little early to be giving out too many details about it, but it's a new company, Japanese company, and they primarily in Japan, the game is soft tip darts. So they are into the making the points and the flights and shafts and all that, and they have a system of fit flights, they call them, where they actually snap on the back of the stems, and they're quite rigid, and some of them are pretty flexible, but they look like they wear quite a while.
Have you actually thrown with any of their products as of yet?
Yeah, I've been giving it a go, and seems pretty good actually. So I haven't set on a set of darts yet, but we'll get there soon enough. In the meantime, the unicorn stuff's quite good too, so I'll make the transition in whatever's comfortable time, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about why the change, if you can, and what you're looking forward to with Cosmo.
Well, it's just the enthusiasm there, and I can do a lot for them, I think, that I couldn't do for Unicorn, maybe, just in terms of profile and the market and where I'm from in the world, you know. It's more of, I think it's more of a big deal, and I'm able to do more, I think, because, you know, they're outside of, you know, the usual markets, and I'm sort of oriented towards that, excuse the pun, and yeah, I'm working at, you know, I've always been someone to promote darts around the world, and so I think this is hand in hand with that, and it kind of follows up on a lot of exposure I actually had with Unicorn, so it's a progression, and I just think it's, you know, I'm kind of where I'm needed, and that's important to me.
Now, you've been over to Japan quite a bit, I believe. I've certainly seen some videos. What is the dart market like over there? It seems to be booming from what I see on YouTube and from what I read on websites.
Well, yeah, it's quite something over here. You know, there's a lot of players. I did an event with Darts Live, which is a company that coordinates all the machines in the soft tip darts, where they're all hooked up and linked together. And, you know, so if you get a score, it's pretty much like the internet. Like you instantly know how good your score is compared to the rest of the country or the region or whatever it is. And you know, interesting stuff, especially to us steel tip players who come from the steel tip side. I mean, it's all chalkboard and dust, right? So
right.
When you get that sort of all those, you know, all the technology coming out, it is impressive. Even if we think the steel tip is where it started, it's certainly behind in other ways. And so, in any case, I was visiting them and doing an event, and noticed, you know, something commemorating their millionth card issued, like to players, because everyone has to have a card when they put it in the machine, so the stats are there, right? So, I mean, there's 1 million players there, at least. I don't even know when that was that they did that. So, to me, that's a lot of players.
Wow. Yeah. No. It seems to be booming over there, and I guess a great company, Cosmo. We had the pleasure of meeting them last year at the BCA Billiard Congress of America show in Las Vegas. Very motivated in the industry. Very excited about their own place, I think, within it. And I think you've got a really emerging sort of brand there.
It's interesting because they didn't originate with the darts and making precision parts and this sort of thing. So they can apply that, and and with the new thinking, new ideas, that they can get some good products, and they do have definitely a fresh approach and outlook, because I think that it didn't really stem from the traditional avenues. And not that there's anything wrong with tradition, but sometimes you just need that whole new outlook, and it certainly looks like it's a great fit for me, and I'm excited about it.
Good. Well, we're happy, really happy for you. So you're back off to the UK within the next week or two, is that correct?
Yes, yeah. I'm trying to get back into my basic strategy here is that I'm in the 32nd position in the regular order of merit, but and definitely, in dire danger, losing a lot of money that I can't defend unless I get back into some of these televised events. So the strategy is to get up the Players' Championship ladder into the position to get into Blackpool and the World Grand Prix and maybe the European Championship. So if I can do that, then I have a chance of maybe holding my ground. It's going to be very difficult, I know, but I also know I'm capable of it, and I kind of enjoy the challenge. It's so that's basically what I have to do, is play all these PDPA weekends and make them count up to and including June.
Good. Well, we certainly know you've accomplished a tremendous amount in the last 20 plus years. So we certainly know you're capable of anything, and you've always got our great support. So will this mean any new trips to Japan? Or are you expecting to be over there for any?
Like I said, I really don't know too much to now. It's pretty early to speak to the promotional side of things. I have no idea. It's just it's a time of change for me, and but at the same time, I am still trying to be a PDC top player, and I know what I have to do, and I have to put my thoughts towards that foremost in terms of trips and time. So that's the priority right now, and I'll try and get in the other stuff maybe later in the year, the summer when it slows down a bit, and when I see where I stand, I'll know where I stand for the rest of the year by the end of June. So I can adjust my strategy accordingly for the duration of 2011, and hopefully it'll be a situation where, I want to be in England even more because I'm winning and I'm in these big events, and I'll still be able to fit in trips over to Japan or wherever for that matter. But just basically focusing on these PDPA weekends and hoping for the best. Got a fairly encouraging start in the events in Germany, the first two. A little flat the first day, but threw quite well the second day. Didn't quite get a great run out of it, but I felt really, really good about how I won a few rounds and how I played in those. Needed to play well, so I feel quite strong.
Good. Well, we kept track of your Germany events, and it did look good for you there. What do you think about Adrian Lewis, new world champion? Some great events since then with, I believe he won his Premier League last night over Phil Taylor 8-2, and these huge numbers of 180s he's throwing in some of these sets. I guess 16 in the World Championships, actually 20 in the World Championships. And when he beat Phil Pryor in October, I think he had about 16 in that match. What do you think about Adrian these days?
Well, Adrian is like most our players, except for Phil, for most of Phil's career, but like he has his ups and downs a bit. He seems like he's having more ups and downs now. Like he's got his focus pretty good. I think it's more due to his confidence being up. Get some wins. He's believing he should win every game. I don't think he's maybe getting to every match. Is playing as hard as he should or whatever, but that's hard to say. It's very distracting. In any case, when you become a world champion, especially the first time. So, I think he's definitely. I wasn't surprised at all he won. I think it was inevitable, and he'll probably be around to win a few more. Who knows? But I don't think that it was in any way surprising that he won. I think he'll always be up there contesting for years, as long as there's no misfortunes of any kind. Really, he'll be around for a long time.
Good. Well, we don't want to take up much more of your time. Thank you for spending a few moments. We can't congratulate you anymore on this this great change over to Cosmo and what it may mean for the future of John Part and hopefully some more world championships.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Scott.